Hey there guys, how's it going? Well, I hope it's going good. Today I went to purchase the LG Watch Style, one of LG's latest smartwatches of 2017. This is the less expensive one from the two watches they introduced with Android Wear 2.0. The Style comes in at $249 and I'll leave the link below in the description for real-time pricing. So the LG Style has a screen diameter of 1.2 inches with a pixel density of 360 by 360. It doesn't have a heart rate sensor and it has a built-in sad 240 mAh battery, so that's depressing. The Style lacks an NFC chip, so no Android Pay here, and it has its microphone below here. This is using an exchangeable 18mm band made from genuine leather. You also get some paperwork for it, and below in this box is a charging dock for the watch. It is a one piece, so if your cable gets messed up, you will have to buy an entire charging dock, not just the cable. So up next is the AC adapter that outputs 5 volts to 0.85 amps. And that's all that comes in the box. Alright, so moving on to the watch now. Let me go ahead and power it on. So right away you get to see a cool feature of Android Wear 2.0. It gives you the time while it boots up, so that's neat. While that boots up, let's check out the watch band. It has its own way of removing the band, which is very easy to remove. You just pull down on here. You can still use any other 18mm band, you just need the tools to take out the metal rod and use the ones that come with the band that you're going to switch it with. Oh, just in time, it booted up. So I'm going to go ahead and set it up and I'll be right back. So the watch uses wireless charging that is quite slow at charging. Here's the magnetic charging dock and it fits in nicely. It takes a few seconds to start charging. The biggest feature of Android Wear 2.0 is that it has its own standalone apps. You can directly install apps onto your watch without the need of your phone. To get to the app drawer, you must click on the crown, which to me is kind of annoying having to always use the crown to go to all the apps. That means you need both hands. There's no longer the gesture when you push down to open the app tray and push down to launch the app and pull up to go back. I know this looks silly if you are in public, and I know I would feel weird just flicking my hands around, but at home in private it was very useful, like when doing dishes, washing your car, and you just want to check the weather or check your next event and so on. That's just my thought though, I don't know if you guys really use that. Another lost feature in Android Wear 2.0 is that when I'm getting a call, I can't answer it from the watch, I can only end the call. And also it doesn't give you an option for a quick reply where I can just tell them that, oh, I'll call you back later, something like that. So I really like that because in class I can just quickly dismiss the call with a quick reply letting them know I will call them back. Or if I'm in the movie theater, I can do the same thing without having to pull out my phone. So hopefully they bring that feature back with the later updates. Also, double pressing the side button doesn't put it into theater mode anymore. To me, Android Wear 2.0 is lacking in features. So far I'm not so impressed with it. You can either use the rotating crown to scroll through the apps, which is smoother than using the screen. In the app tray you can favor apps by tapping and holding on the app, making them appear at the very top for a quick access to them. You can unfavor it by tapping and holding down on it again. So let's check out the Google Play Store now. On the Google Play Store you can either do a search for the app you're looking for, or you can select one of the lists given. So I'll search up Pandora as an example. One thing to note is that the keyboard on here, though it's small, it is on point. It's smooth and accurate about 85% of the time, and I am very impressed with that. Now, if you scroll all the way to the bottom while you're in the Google Play Store, there will be a list of all the apps that you have on your phone that can be installed on your watch. So that's cool. It makes it easier to get all the apps you already have onto your watch. Android Wear 2.0 has some nice animations and more customizable watch faces called complications. You get to the watch face by simply swiping to the left or right. You can have widgets on the watch face that reveal some information that you choose, like it can show you your steps, calories, next event. I really like the ability to add app shortcuts that can take you to your notes, messages, and so on. You can customize the color, theme, layout, app shortcuts, and widgets of the watch face to a certain extent. Taking notes or replying on this is impressively good. You can reply using the keyboard, and here's an example of that, and the keyboard is very accurate and smooth. You can also send emojis from here just by drawing the emoji that you're trying to look for, and it'll give you a list of emojis to choose from, and hopefully you can find yours if you drew it accurately enough. You can also still use a voice reply, or you can use the handwriting where you just write down what you want to say and it just keeps on scrolling, which I'm not so good at right now. So the style performance has been great for these few days, with the exception that Google Assistant on the watch has been very slow at launching. I liked it better when it would automatically send a reply after it captured what you said. I just wish it had a longer loading time to cancel it. What else can you do? The day before I got the watch style, my LG Urbane got the Android Wear 2.0 update, but it has been pretty slow on the Urbane. The menu shade got a redesign, making it easier to get to the settings, and the notifications use up the entire screen when you click on them, making it easier for you to see your notifications, and now you have a clear all. A cool thing is that the style has an ambient light sensor to adjust the screen brightness accordingly, without having a flat tire look like the Moto 360 did, but it does have a black bar around the display instead. It gets bright enough for all lighting conditions. Even in direct sunlight, I can make out the time, so it's great on that. When you have the brightness on automatic, you get a shortcut to putting the watch on theater mode in the menu shade. If you have it on a chosen brightness level, then you get a brightness control on the menu shade, and inside that brightness control, you get a theater mode toggle. So here I'm going to be comparing the voice commands from Android Wear 1 to Android Wear 2.0. So I have the Huawei Watch running Android Wear 1 since I have my LG Urbane watch upgraded to Android Wear 2.0.
Okay Google, how far is New York?
So here I'm gonna ask it to launch the camera app.
Launch camera.
And so you can see here clearly that the Huawei Watch launches much faster and the Wear 2.0 doesn't launch the app at all. It could still launch like your flashlight and other apps, it just doesn't launch the camera yet. You can launch the camera manually from the watch if you have the camera downloaded to the watch. You can see what the phone is seeing directly onto your watch depending on which phone you have it paired up with, and it works great with LG phones, go figure. You can set a timer for 3 seconds or remove that timer so you can take the picture right away, so that comes really handy. Okay, so now, is the watch worth buying? Well, first I have to take into consideration what the competition has to offer. Right now, two watches that come to mind that may seem to be a better buy than the LG Watch style is in first place the first Huawei Watch or the Asus Zenwatch 3. They are all around the same price, that's why I thought of them. The Huawei Watch, which came out in 2015, has gone down in price, which is a clear winner. It may not be running the newest Snapdragon Wear 2100, but its performance is well enough. That's not to say it will keep its speed when it runs Android Wear 2.0. The watch has a 1.4-inch AMOLED screen, a heart rate sensor, and a speaker with an elegant design and screen-to-body ratio of 71.5%, which looks amazing. All for a price of $264 on Amazon or $299 at Best Buy. The price may vary a bit. The other watch would be the Asus Zenwatch 3, which has a stainless steel frame I don't have my hands on, but I've really been considering getting. It is running the new Snapdragon Wear 2100. It does not have a heart rate sensor just like the LG style, but it does have a speaker and a bigger battery at 341 mAh. And it has customizable buttons. So the only things keeping me from getting the watch is that gold ring around the screen and the frame of the watch band. If they had an all gray or black version, I would definitely get it, but I'm not really feeling that look. I was thinking if I got it, I could just paint that part black, but maybe it looks nicer in person, I don't know. Okay, I was kind of getting carried away there. What the LG has that both don't is that it has a rotating crown and it has Bluetooth version 4.2. The battery life of the LG style has been terrible for these past few days. With the watch face always on, that eats away my battery real quick. I have only gotten through it half the day from 8:30 AM and needing to be recharged at 2:22 PM. That's with replying to a couple messages, setting reminders, and Wi-Fi turned on all day. Then I turned off the always on display and the battery lasted me from 4 to 11, also with Wi-Fi turned on all day. So here I circled where the watch went into battery saver mode at 15%, and here I circled where I put it in theater mode because I was watching a movie. So yeah, the battery has been terrible and I can't get it past the day. Also, I have been having issues with the watch loading apps like the weather or replying to messages when I have my phone connected to Wi-Fi sometimes, so it's something worth noting. Maybe a software update will fix that. When that happens, I have to turn off the Wi-Fi from my phone and then turn it back on a few times until it finally works on my watch. That never happened when I was using the LG Urbane when it was running Android Wear 1.0, so maybe a software update will fix that. So overall, I rate the watch 7 out of 10 mainly because of the small battery. It lacks a heart rate sensor, but its performance has been great. So like I mentioned earlier, the Asus Zenwatch 3 or the Huawei Watch seem to be a better deal for the price. If you are able to get the LG style at a lower price than its retail price of $249, I would say go for it. I got mine on sale for $179 at Best Buy and it came out to $193 with something cents. So that completes my review of the LG Watch style. So thank you guys for watching and I'll see you next time.